Hi guys!
What's up, you guys? How's it going?
This is Stefurak Show. Welcome, Andrew Stefurak.
And this is Ola, my wife.
Yes, and today we're gonna talk about what are we gonna?
Okay, once again. Hey guys, what's up, you guys? Welcome to our show, and this is Ola.
This is Andrew.
And our name is Stefurak Family, and
Okay.
we're gonna talk about.
Once again.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to our show.
My name is Ola,
My name is Andrew, and this is Stefurak Show.
and we are Stefurak Family.
Okay.
Now it's good.
And today's topic is our biggest mistakes at the age of 18 to 24.
So now we are I'm 23, Andrew is 24, and we are gonna talk about mistakes we
So
done already.
Yeah.
And we are still doing.
we are making them.
You're all making mistakes. Sorry.
And
You see?
Still making them at the age. Ola is 23, so she's only allowed to talk about mistakes from the age of 18 till the age of 23. It's like you can't talk about older people mistakes because you didn't live that.
Yeah.
But I
don't
don't
have
believe
this
this
right.
actually, because everybody, I mean, we can talk about people at their 30s and what we can see them doing
Yeah.
or not doing still. Okay, so,
Let's start.
yeah, you want to start?
Yes, I can.
Please.
So at the age of 18, when I was 18 and I see some of my friends still doing that at the age of 18, we don't care about our health. So it's really hard to care about health when you're 18 because you are at good health and you don't want to think about some problems in the future. So you just do some crazy stuff, you live your life to the fullest, and it's okay. But then you have to pay for it. And when I was 18, I didn't care about my eyesight, about good light, about eating healthy food and doing some physical exercises, and then problems began. So I think that you don't have to limit yourself at that age, but still you have to think 1-2 steps forward. And you can contradict and say that it's really hard to listen to your parents or friends or anyone at that age because you know everything by yourself, so you can listen just to your future self. So when you, for example, when you from the future just refer to you at the past, yeah, in this case you will listen to, but it's really hard. But I still think that we have to talk about that. When you are a parent or you just care about a person at that age, you can just speak about that. Like you shouldn't teach that, or you shouldn't just impose, but
Yeah.
you have to speak. You don't have to keep silent. That's it.
Sure. True.
Yeah.
And I think that usually, my second mistake, so my first mistake, the second mistake overall is kind of about your thing as well, about health. But it's more about resources in general. So my view is that we only have 4 resources. And I think I read it somewhere, I forgot where I got it from. But we have health, wealth, money, status, and time. 4 resources. And we're always exchanging something for something else. We can exchange our time and health for wealth. We can exchange our time for health. We could do that. So for example, we spend some time daily on our side. So like we work, I don't know, massage our eyeballs, and we're like, yeah, I can see better now. So this is investing time to get better health. But no, like any resource from those can't get you time. You can't exchange anything and get time. You can only invest other stuff to get other stuff, but you can never ever get time unless you have money, you have wealth, and you can buy other people's time. This is the only way. Like when you delegate, when you employ someone. So this is kind of a way to free up some more time, but still, it's not the time that you lost. Mm-hmm. For example, you can lose money, you can go broke, but then you can always earn that money back. But you can never earn the time back. You can never take the time back. You can only have a little bit more of it when you buy people's time with your money.
So you should appreciate your time, right? And you should invest your time.
And you should understand that the only resource as a young person you have is time and energy. This is kind of health, right? You have time and health. Usually you don't have money unless you're, fed with a silver spoon. You were born in a super rich family, in which case, congrats. Most of us didn't, unfortunately.
Or fortunately.
Yeah, or fortunately, because it motivates you. So you only have time and health. And as Oda said, most of us don't really care about our health, right? But in my opinion, that's okay. It's almost okay, because we really do have a lot of health and we can work on it later, right? And I also think that health... Oh, okay, it's a different topic. Now, I want to disagree with myself on this one. Health is super important, but it's really difficult for young people to understand that, because this only comes when you're older. So when you're 40, 50, 60, you're like, oh shit, why did I party that much? My kidneys are dying on me, or my liver is not working properly.
Okay.
So, but if you say,
really naturally,
yeah, if you come up to a young person and you're like, hey, you should put your hat on, or you should take better care of yourself, you should sleep more. They're like, yeah, fuck that, I'm gonna party, I don't care. Because you just talk with them about stuff they don't understand. But if you told them, for example, you shouldn't smoke and you shouldn't party that much because you're gonna be a loser and you're gonna be broke, you're gonna have no partner, you're gonna have no relationships, nobody's gonna love you, and you're gonna die soon. Then this person might be like,
we'll
oh
never
yeah,
talk with you again.
Yeah, that too. So this is another motivation. But what I wanted to say is that those two resources, time and health, and in my particular case, time, we don't appreciate them. Because in my opinion, you can buy some health back, right? For example, you lost your sight. You were you have really bad vision because you were working with the computer a lot. You just do this operation on your sight and you still have great sight. You have it back again. So you can buy your health with your money in most of the cases, right?
Okay.
But you can never buy time with your health, money, anything.
So guys, appreciate your time.
Nothing can buy time. And the worst thing the worst thing I see young people do, and even people in their 30s, is they waste their time watching Netflix, watching TV, just surfing through the internet, I don't know, spending time on Instagram and YouTube, hours, 5 hours a day. And I do that as well. I have days where I just waste my time, and it hurts me. It really sucks, because I really understand that the only difference between me and Elon Musk, except for our original countries, is that he works 16 hours a day, and I can work 5 hours a day, 8 hours a day, it depends.
But what do you think about this book? You should work 4 hours per day.
4 hours per week. It's about delegating. Yeah. It's more about freeing your time for more important stuff, creating stuff.
But Elon Musk is on such a high stage, and
he had been investing 16 hours a day for years. So that's why he's where he's at, because he's not doing that only, now. When he was 20, when he was 18, he was coding all night. He was working so much and doing so much stuff. He was obsessed with his work. And I don't want you to be like that. I don't encourage anybody to be obsessed with their career, because, for example, his family, he has 3 divorces.
Yeah.
He has a really complicated family life, relationships. But
So there are some consequences
You
of that.
can't argue that he's really successful beyond anybody's imaginations and all kinds of hopes and beliefs. Like I want to have success in my life. He's like, wow, he's super successful. And you can be at least 1% Elon Musk successful if you stop wasting your time. That's it.
Okay, that's a great point. Good, so let's move further. My second big challenge when you're 18, and big mistake, when you don't want to ask for help and you don't want to accept someone's help. So it's a real problem. I faced it by myself, and I know how my life looked like when I did that, and and now I can see that my life has changed completely when I started accepting that help, when I changed my view, my perception of that. And it is really important because when you're 18, you really want to do everything by yourself. You have great health, great resources, you're energetic, you really want to do everything on your own and be proud of that, and you don't want to own something like to someone, so you really want to be free from that,
Right.
from those obligations. But still, you don't take a really important part into consideration, because when you help someone, it's not like when you ask for help, it's not a burden to that person. It could be a real escape for that person. So this person can be really happy when you've asked something.
Yeah.
That person really wants to help when it's something that he or she is good at. And this helps to create really strong relationships, at least not strong, but some relationship at first. Because when we speak about you moving to some new location, so you changed your location, you moved, and you want to create a new environment. So it's really a challenge to make new friends and I don't know, like get into new society and be accepted, and like a lot of challenges. And you can start from a really small gesture, like ask for some salt. Ask your neighbor for some salt, and in this way you will create this connection, because like the neighbor will feel that now you're closer. He or she can ask you something for return, and you're not like total strangers anymore.
It's breaking the ice.
Yes, it's breaking the ice. And
there's this whole chapter in Jordan Peterson's book, 12 Rules for Life. What's the name of this chapter?
I don't know really, because I just opened the book accidentally on like accidental page, and
Like
that's
opening
it.
the Bible and finding your destination.
Yeah, I love that. I love just reading not from the start, but
That's
just
awesome.
yeah. So I think it's really important, and it's a huge mistake when you accept someone's help. This help can change your life completely. The
Sure.
way. So sometimes you think that when you do something on your own, you move quicker, but when you do something with someone's help with someone else in the company, you will do it not quicker but for longer, and it's important.
Yeah, you can go further
Yeah.
or farther. Nobody can tell the difference between farther and further.
Because there is no
But that's
difference.
about English. Now, I totally agree with you. And I think that as a society, we came to be really lonely. Like, we don't meet people anymore. We don't call people anymore. We
it's
just
even
text and we like
worse.
other people's pictures, especially with the quarantine
Yeah.
and all the stay-at-home stuff. It's terrible. And one of the things that comes from it is that we don't really have those strong social connections anymore. And it's bad, because that is one of the strongest, this is one of the biggest human features that we can organize as a big society. Like we can have a country of 1 billion people like China, all living with similar beliefs, all, like with the same passport, with the same government, with the same laws. But nobody else can do that. The biggest, like I was reading this book, Sapiens, nobody else can do it. The biggest group in nature is 120, I think, animals. I think that lions have 40 to 50 lions max. I don't want to lie, but the biggest one is 120. I think it's some kind of monkeys. I don't know.
But I think even in isolation, yes, you're absolutely right. But I think that even in isolation, you can like ask someone to visit you, like your friend, and just spend the time together. Because I think that it's really bad when you want to overcome challenges on your own in isolation. It takes more time and more energy, and very often it doesn't help.
Yeah.
And when you ask for someone's help, like at least come to me and let's spend this night together, or like this, let's have dinner together, and you just don't want to, I don't know, intrude to someone's life. Like he or she should have a lot of business, and why should I just ask someone else to sit with me or to be with me? But this person really wants. It could be if it's your friend.
True. Yeah.
I think that in our time, in the social media time, we don't even want to ask our friend to help us sometimes.
Yeah,
we
that's
just
true.
think that everyone should have a lot of business, and it's
Everyone
true,
is
but
alone and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's crazy, because I love that feeling when I help someone, and it's like, and it, it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
I can't describe it. You definitely know how it feels. Okay, good one. That's a good one. Now, my second biggest mistake is that as young people, we usually don't really care about money and don't really care about financial, financial literacy. So, this includes not saving money. This includes not investing, not understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, something that brings you money and something that takes your money constantly. So I think it's a big mistake, and I think that people who care about their financial freedom at young age are going to be able to retire early, retire at 30, 40, and not 60 and 70. And even worse, some people after they're 60 and 70, they still have to work. They don't work because it's, it gives them purpose or something. They have to work. Because otherwise they're going to lose their home. They're going to become homeless. They're going to lose their house. They're going to lose all the goods they have. Or I don't know, anything can happen. When you don't have this investments working for you, life can be pretty bad. And I can see that, like in Ukraine, where most of the old people, all the old people were raised in the USSR, in a socialist country. Somebody says communist, it's not a communist country because communism was never built. It's a socialist country. And people just, they put their hopes on the state. So Ukraine should help us. They should give us retirement money, pensions. They should take care of us, as was told in the socialist country. But it doesn't work like that anymore. So it's been 30 years since we became independent, and we are a capitalist country, and we still have those pensions, but they are so less. It's just pennies. It's nothing, literally. It's like $80 or even less. No, it's like around that. So it's a big issue, and I can see lots of older people in stores, and they just buy like the cheapest food they can get, like some bread, some cheap milk, if they ever do that. Some cheap cookies, Maria. And I don't know, sometimes maybe some kind of meat, but the cheapest one they can get, like
really sad.
Drumsticks or wings. And like sometimes I can even pay for that person if I can see that like they took something. It's like, I don't know, it's like $2 or $3. They buy food for that money. But it's such a great feeling, like when it's selfish to do that. Actually, it helps the other person, but it's so selfish because you feel that you just helped somebody. It was nothing for you, but it was a lot for somebody else, and it's a really great feeling. And you can do that when you work on your wealth and status while you're young.
Yeah, everything is really interconnected. All our mistakes,
Yeah. Do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I wasn't taught this financial literacy.
Yeah.
And I suffered a lot because I couldn't, I didn't have this habit of investing money or just laying money aside.
Yeah.
And I just wasted all my money, all my salary on something, I don't know, on clothes. And then I felt really insecure. I felt that I didn't control my life and I wasn't ready to some unpredictable stuff, and it's a bad feeling. So now I'm really happy that I have Andrew nearby who can organize all financial stuff, and I don't really think about that, but it's really it's I don't know, like a win, something I won. It's not, but I think that when you don't have this person nearby, you should really learn that stuff. You should really develop yourself in this sphere, and just because you have to rely on yourself. It's the best way, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Even for me, I think that I really have to be good at the stuff because I have my own business and I really have to understand things because I don't know, everything could happen. So
yeah, definitely.
That's it. And okay, let's move further. My third mistake is about some individual features that we perceive to be our weaknesses, not some strong points, not our strong points. So I really want to explain it. When I was 18 and even younger, can I speak about younger age or
Nope.
just 18? Okay, when I
I'm
was
just
18.
kidding, sure.
So I had really big skin problems. I still have them, but I was suffering a lot because I perceived those skin problems as like my weakness, and I tried to hide it. There were a lot of can I say how to say like complexes. How to say it in English? Sorry.
Well, it is a complex. For example, like inferiority complex, or you can say that.
Like my complex, right? So it
yeah.
was my complex. It was my complex because I didn't want to talk about that, and it just stopped me from living ordinary life. I was suffering a lot mentally, and I didn't even think that there is a way out. There was a different perception of that it was all in my head. And
yeah, it's like a limiting belief.
Yeah, limiting belief, right? Because now, for example, this problem hasn't disappeared. It's still with me, but I just accepted it. I just look at it at my that it's something really good because it makes me different. It's my experience. I have been fighting with that problem for 6 years, and I have a huge experience in that, and I can share it with everyone, and it makes me special. I can be helpful. So my friends, even my future kids can just rely on me at this point, and I will be really helpful, and I really appreciate it. And I think that when you have some maybe some disabilities or some features you don't like, or something that limit you at some point when you're 18, for example, you can just change your perception, and you can start seeing that as your weakness, and stop seeing that as your weakness and start seeing as something really great. And even you can connect your future life career with that. For example, I really think that I could deepen into that topic, and being a dermatologist or like cosmetologist, because I know a lot about that, and I really think that. And I don't know, for example, when you are really like tall, for example, we usually have this complex, like we like our height is 180 centimeters, right? And I'm a girl, so I'm really tall, and
But you don't, it's not your height,
I'm just it's some example.
I see, yeah.
And you can see it as your weakness, or you can just be a great like model. You can start your career, and
I've seen a model 2 meters.
You
2
can
meters
change
tall.
it. You can change. You see, you can change this weakness into your strong point.
Yeah, but for Americans though, it's 6 feet. 180 centimeters is 6 feet, and 2 meters and taller is basically 7 feet.
Okay,
it's
so
like 2 feet. It's like 6 feet 5, 6 feet 4, and can be even more. Like I've seen the model; she was like literally 7 feet. So 2 meters and 7 centimeters. That's almost 7 feet. That's a lot.
I know this, like the U.S. President Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt, right?
Yeah.
So he was in the wheelchair because of some problem, and he's believed to be like one of the best American presidents ever.
Yeah.
And it was his weakness. So someone can perceive this to be his or her weakness. So
right.
And someone just changed this weakness into strongest. You see?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So someone finds his or her strongest in this, and just it helps to build the character.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's the biggest one. That it helps you build your character, and the challenges, they really forge you. Like they make you a better person. I don't know. It's like I've heard this saying that one must suffer because we're both statues and the sculptures.
Yeah, right.
So we sculptors, like whatever this person is called, the artist who creates the sculpture. And yeah, there's a lot of truth in that. And meaning, like, we must suffer. It doesn't mean that you should be miserable. It just means that you should go through pain and struggle, go through challenges, so that you become stronger. And all of us do. And thank God for that. Now, are you done with your third?
Yeah, you're welcome to continue.
Okay, so my third mistake is us young people, we tend to listen to our parents and our close friends, old friends, like the ones that we had for a long time.
We are done with?
Yeah, kind of, yeah, but we still kind of, like we don't really talk anymore, but we used to be friends a lot. So we listen to them too much, especially parents. I think that when your parents, and you're like 17, 18 years old, when your parents tell you what you should do, what you should study, who you should marry, what's your career, what you can be, what you can't be.
Lots of should,
Yeah. What you can be and what you can't be as well. For example, oh, no, you can't be a blogger. This is not a real job. Or, oh, no, you can't be an actor because actors don't make money. You're going to be miserable. And so they try and make the choice for you. And I think one of the biggest mistakes you can make, and the one I did when I was hesitating for 1 year before dropping out of the university, is listening to your parents and thinking that you owe them something, that you owe them this, for example, this degree, you owe them this career. So they brought you to this world, so they have this, like they have this power over you that you can do what they want just because they are your parents, right? And it really does work like that. Lots of parents are like, please, I mean, don't do this. I'm your mom. Or like, please do this. I want the best for you. I'm your mom. I'm your dad. And it's not like that just because our parents and the other people in general were born in different circumstances, and they have totally different views and beliefs.
Yeah, sure.
And if you do not want to become just like your parents, which is your parents can be hugely super successful, and you might want to be an artist, I don't know. So some people would say, wow, you should definitely become like your parents. And your parents would be like, yeah, you should get this career, you should get that career. But you don't want that. So, or your parents are average and you want to become like, they are just, like they have average jobs and they have good hobbies. They are really nice, stable people. But you want to be like beyond average. You want to be savage. You want to work 24/7.
I'm savage.
So, yeah. And in this case, you don't want to listen to them. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want to become just like your parents, you don't want to listen to them in the spheres that they recommend to you. For example, if they have great relationships, maybe you should listen to their relationships advice. If it's not biased, like, no, this girl is terrible or something like that. If they just say something, I don't know, some wisdom, right? But if you don't want to be 100% the same as your parents in that sphere, you don't want to listen to them, okay? So this is my third biggest mistake that we all make to some degree. And that's pretty much it for me. How about yourself?
So I think I totally agree with you. I think that we don't have to live someone's expectations, and it's really, really bad because you just do something for someone else and you postpone your own dreams. And you think that in some years you will just start doing that and start living your dreams, but it's not true. Sometimes it can take years, and it can be late because you know that you have to catch the right time. You have to start doing something at like the right time, and sometimes it's late. It's really late. Though we say that it's never too late, but sometimes for some stuff there was a great chance, but you can just lose it.
Yeah.
And I think that it usually happens when you betray yourself, your own dreams.
Yeah.
When you just want to do something easier, or you just want to do something that someone else wants, but it doesn't so you want to do something someone else wants, but it's not really good to you. So your dreams are totally different and your aims are different, and so it doesn't correlate with you. I think that's the point. So we just spoke about that at our previous episodes about following your dream and about listening to your own self, but your true self. And yeah, so it was a great point, Sunny. Yeah. So guys, the question that you should ask yourself, what is or what was your biggest mistake at the age of 18-24?
Or top 3 if you're feeling like it, you want to really write something
just write,
big,
yeah,
but at least one. Yeah.
At least one, and as many as you want.
Sure. Post the comments down below. Thank you so much for being with us. This was Ola.
This was Andrew.
And we're gonna see you in the next episodes.
Yeah, this was a Stefurak Show. So thank you and see you.